A fireball lit up the quiet Colorado night like hell's own welcome sign. Karen sat in her white Lexus across the street sipping coffee and smiling at the show. Ponderosa Bluffs was supposed to be a peaceful suburb where people minded their lawns. Instead, one woman turned it into her personal kingdom of tape measures and terror. Declan Harlan was 52, a widower and a municipal court judge 2 days a week. The other days he restored old houses, turning broken things whole again. 3 years earlier, his wife Iris lost her battle with stage 4 ovarian cancer. He bought the 1920s craftsman bungalow to finish her dream, a free home for cancer survivors. Karen Voss rolled up the day he closed escrow, heels clicking like tiny guillotines. She whipped out a tape measure before he could say hello. "Your grass is 4.7 inches, sir, and that is simply unacceptable." She said it like he had personally offended the HOA gods. It was January, the grass was dormant and brown, but Karen did not care. She slapped a $150 fine on his windshield with a satisfied smirk. Over the next 3 weeks, 7 more certified letters arrived, each one pettier than the last. Mailbox shade wrong, construction dumpster visible, work truck parked in his own driveway. Declan noticed something strange. His neighbors broke the exact same rules yet got 0 letters. Karen only targeted him because he dared question the neighborhood standards. "This neighborhood cannot look like a construction yard for those people," she sneered one afternoon. The way she said those people made Declan taste metal in his mouth. He started digging quietly because judges know how to wait. HOA meeting minutes, public records, spreadsheets, insurance policies, all of it. Karen's sister ran the management company, billing the tiny neighborhood $8,500 a month. Industry average was $3,000 tops, but Karen forgot to disclose the family discount. The directors' and officers' insurance had lapsed 4 months earlier, leaving every board member naked to lawsuits. Declan sent that bombshell anonymously to the homeowners who had been denied waivers. The next HOA meeting exploded like a piñata full of receipts. 2 board members resigned on the spot, and Karen's face turned the color of cheap wine. "You are harassing HOA officers," she hissed, voice shaking with fake outrage. "Breach of fiduciary duty is a crime." Declan's neighbor Gil shot back, calm as a sniper. 3 days later, a note appeared on Declan's truck windshield. "Judges should not play contractor, someone could get hurt." It smelled exactly like Karen's signature perfume, funeral lilies mixed with Windex. Declan smiled because he knew the game had just gotten interesting. Then came the sabotage: table saw cord cut, clean paint thinner dumped on brand new floors. Karen filed a fake police report claiming Declan threatened her at a meeting he never attended. He showed the deputy his court docket, time-stamped proof, and asked sweetly, "Can I file a counter-report?" The deputy looked exhausted. She had clearly dealt with Karen before. That night, Declan remembered Colorado law: 10% of homeowners could force an independent audit. He quietly collected 7 signatures and mailed the petition certified. Karen called an illegal closed session emergency meeting, but the vote still went against her. The audit was scheduled and she had 60 days to sweat. April 17, 2:47 a.m. Declan's phone screamed. "Your house is on fire." Gil's voice cracked over the line. By the time Declan arrived, the back half of Iris's dream bedroom was already gone. Flames danced like they were celebrating Karen's victory. Fire marshal confirmed accelerant gasoline poured through a broken basement window. A neighbor saw a light-colored SUV leaving the scene at 2 a.m. Declan knew exactly whose SUV it was, but he said nothing. Instead, he filed the insurance claim, acted defeated, and installed 4 hidden 4K cameras. He left the house unlocked on purpose because narcissists always return to admire their work. 3 days later, the motion alert pinged, and there was Karen kicking through the ashes. She picked up a melted copper pipe, slipped it into her purse, and smiled like a kid stealing candy. Declan saved the footage but did not send it yet. He wanted her to dig deeper. The audit report landed like a nuclear bomb: 47 pages of ghost invoices, forged signatures, and $147,000 missing. Karen had even forged the treasurer's name twice on checks over $5,000. Homeowners lost their minds. Recall petitions flew. Police reports were filed. Karen showed up to the emergency meeting with a slick lawyer and the same smug face. "It was all accounting errors," she whined. "We will pay it back." A retired teacher stood up and asked sweetly, so stealing is now a rounding mistake, Karen. The room laughed. Karen's face went purple. She screamed, "This is a witch hunt." Declan sat in the back row silent, just watching her bury herself. Then his phone buzzed, a text from the court clerk. "Traffic case scheduled for you July 11th. Defendant Bryn Waite, no Karen Voss." Declan allowed himself one small smile. The trap was now perfect. Karen could not stop herself. She mailed 4-page letters calling the audit fabricated and threatening to sue Declan for $500,000 in defamation. She even filed an ethics complaint against him at the judicial office, trying to get him suspended. Neighbors left nasty notes on his truck calling him a bully and saying his dead wife would be ashamed. Declan read them, held them a moment, then fed them to the fireplace. One night Karen showed up at his condo, uninvited, mascara running, yoga pants, and desperation. She begged him to call off the DA, offered to resign, return some money, drop every lawsuit. "Just tell them it was an accident," she whispered. "I only wanted to scare you." Declan's hidden body camera caught every word, including the part where she admitted starting the fire. The next morning Karen was arrested at her real estate office on charges of arson, evidence tampering, and felony theft. Her husband filed for divorce the same day, using the last of the HOA slush fund for bail. Local news ran the headline, "HOA president arrested for arson and embezzlement." Morin, the retired teacher, gave a calm interview that made Karen sound like the villain she was. July 11th traffic court was standing room only. 32 neighbors filled the gallery, cameras rolling when the bailiff called, "All rise." Declan walked in wearing his black robe, sat on the bench, and looked straight at Karen. Her spray-tan face drained to the color of old oatmeal. Case 24 TRC 8844, City of Denver vs. Karen Voss. Reckless driving, 93 in a 55 school zone. Her cheap lawyer tried every trick, but the dashcam video showed everything: Karen speeding, throwing a cigarette, flipping off the cop. Declan let the silence stretch, then delivered the maximum fine points, community service, and a calm lecture. "You are not special, you are not exempt, and you are certainly not a victim." Karen screamed bias, the gavel cracked, contempt of court, another $500. 6 months later Karen took a plea deal, 1 year in prison, full restitution, permanent restraining order. Her real estate license was revoked forever, her sister's company bankrupted, and the HOA got every stolen penny back. The new board slashed management fees 40% and actually started acting like neighbors again. Declan finished the house, mounted a brass plaque that read, "Iris's house, built with love, restored with purpose." The first resident, Shayla, a breast cancer survivor, moved in with her 2 kids. Within weeks the house became the heart of the neighborhood book clubs, chess lessons, and laughter filled every room. Declan started the Iris Fund using Karen's restitution money, helping 14 more families that first year. Her crime, her arrogance, her fire had accidentally united everyone and created something beautiful. He sat on the porch one sunset watching kids play and neighbors wave. Sometimes the worst Karen in the world hands you the best community you ever had. What is your craziest HOA nightmare? Drop it in the comments. The wildest story gets featured next week, and yes, justice sometimes wears a black robe.